So what's so different about a mindset interview? To start with, the objective of a mindset interview is to identify thought patterns. When you put thoughts together, they create memories, expectations, and preconceptions. And these thoughts are what influence both perception and behavior in the workplace. Memories, expectations, and preconceptions are what we call thought clusters. And thought clusters are nothing more than multiple thoughts coming to mind around the same time. We don't have just one memory. One memory leads to another, and then another, and then another. Memories are thoughts, and they come in bunches. They flood our consciousness. They come in clusters. So here's an example. When I remember my grandmother, I remember how hard she worked. She worked in retail selling women's clothing. I remember the Sunday pot-roasted dinner she cooked and how much of a sports fan she was. Man, she loved the Pittsburgh Pirates. And I remember how proud she was of her adopted home state, Texas. So why is this important? When I think of the Pittsburgh Pirates, I think of my grandmother. When I think of pot roast, I think of my grandmother. Employees have memories of work situations, and these memories come in clusters just like the memories I have of my grandmother. One cue like the pot roast can trigger a vivid memory of my grandmother, whereas a simple cue like consultant might trigger in your employees a vivid memory of painful change. The mindset interview technique we're going to share is designed to unearth these memories. And these memories will become the core of the expectations and preconceptions I want you to start listening for. Memories lead to expectations. We remember things, and over time these things begin to represent our view of reality. They become our reality, and we expect things in the future to conform to our worldview, our expectations for the future. For the longest time, I thought all grandmothers worked. I thought they all cooked Sunday roast and then screamed at the umpires on TV. I thought the Pittsburgh Pirates were always going to be good. So why do you care? Mindset interviews, well, they're designed to reveal expectations in the workplace, just like I had when I visited my grandmother. I want you to know what to listen for. So what happens next? Prospective employees take their memories, they convert them into these expectations I just referred to, and then they develop a plan of attack, a game plan for what life and work throws at them. These are their preconceptions. When I went to my grandmother's, I always skipped a meal. I came ready to eat. I brought the sports page so I could talk about the game, and I wore my Pirates ball cap. These were my preconceptions, my rules of thumb. Well, candidates are the same way, and these candidates are going to share their preconceptions with you all the time. You just need to know what to listen for. One final point on thought patterns. Employees have a habit of thinking a certain way. These are their thought patterns. Now, these habits are pretty important because they allow your employees to think fast and to think on their feet. Society admires and companies covet people that are quick on their feet, that have good instincts, and that can make really effective snap judgments. Thinking patterns, well, they enable these qualities, these attributes we're all after. People develop habits of thinking a certain way when those ways of thinking appear or they seem to work well. And they keep going back to them until they realize, often painfully so, that they don't work anymore. In other words, people are typically closed-minded until they have to become more open-minded. Now, like most little boys, I thought my grandmother would be, well, always around. And I thought the Pirates would keep winning. My memories are still strong, but my expectations have changed. So too have my preconceptions. Now, if you're in the talent development business, I think you're in the memory, expectation, and the preconception business. Now, why is that? It's because every skill and every piece of knowledge your employees possess, they're bathed in memories. They're wrapped in these expectations. And they're realized as preconceptions.